Hi, this is Joanne from Rose's Creations, and I'm going to do a video on making edibles. I am making a whole bunch of different things, so bear with me. First, I am making almond butter infused. Oh no! Didn't put the cover back on because I took the thing off. I'm making almond butter, and it's going to be infused. I just got this. It was from BJ's. And I was told I can infuse peanut butter. So I'm thinking almond butter is the same kind of deal. So I'm going to be doing that. And I'm going to be doing that in the Levo machine. So right now I have my cannabis being activated in the Levo machine because it activates it, it dries it, and it infuses it. It's already dry, so now it just needs to be activated. So it's being activated in the Levo machine. And then I am going to be making magic butter in the magic butter machine. So I got it on loan. So magic butter machine. You can infuse pretty much everything it says. I haven't really checked it out online or anything, but it's kind of neat. Magic butter. And then that, so in case you want to see whatever is there on that. I'll put that on the side. And you do need to decarb the cannabis for that. So I have the cannabis being decarbed in a little toaster oven right there on the top of the little refrigerator. So you got the little refrigerator and you got the toaster oven right there, and I have the window open, and hopefully it doesn't stink up the house too much, but I have a funny feeling Dennis is going to be complaining. And then I'm going to be making syrup. So I do Butterworts, because I like Butterworts, maple syrup. When I can get fresh maple syrup from the trees and stuff, I do that too. Oops, I just touched my hand. I gotta wash them. So that is going to be done in a crock pot. So I'm not going to touch that, and I'm going to go and wash my hands. This is isopropyl alcohol, so I'm making sure that I definitely keep it on hand. And I have a clean towel that I'm wiping on, so that way I can do that in case I touch something or do something I ain't supposed to. And then I'm going to be making honey. And I'm also going to be doing honey in the old-fashioned way, crock pot, because I kind of want to get a little different, every style of way of doing it, and then be able to tell you the differences between one machine and the other machine and how I like it. Magic butter machine, though, I cannot give you any kind of opinions yet until I actually see it work, because this is going to be my first time on this. Normally I try to do it once before I do a video, but I'm gonna go for it. With the magic butter machine, by the way, you do get a neat glove, so you can pick up the hot part of the machine and it's not gonna burn yourself. And then you do get a basket that's filters. And I did see some that are throwaway filter bags at the Ace Hardware. It has a hanger, and this is kind of like pretty much where it's going to stand up on its own. But it does have a metal hanger, and then it has the bag, which I made out of, it looks like cheesecloth type thing. What I'm going to be doing, though, is making tea bag, what I call tea bags, so it'll be one of these. So I'm going to do that right now. I don't think my decarbing on my Levo, yeah, it just started, which is, oh my goodness, it's going to be a half an hour, so that's not going to be done. You guys have seen my Levo machine anyways, so I'm going to kind of just do that on my own probably after, unless I am still with the video. I'm still breaking out buds, even though This had a lot of buds in it. Oops, I just seen a seed. And I did get all the seeds that I can out. I think I got I got almost all of them. Every once in a while I'm seeing one or two on there. But, okay. So now I am going to go with the recipes first. And I'm going to tell you what the recipes are so that way you'll know how this works. And I'm trying to be so conscious over here. So the recipes are as follows. Ooh. With the butter in the Magic Butter Machine, I'm going to be using 6 sticks of butter. They're a half a cup each. So that's a total of 3 cups of butter. Of course, there's going to be a little less because of the fact that, you know, the bag is going to hold, or the material is going to hold some. But hopefully it's going to be at least 3 cups total. So that's going to make 6 of these jars. These are the big jelly jars. So it's going to make 6 of these. Let me see if I can get you closer. So 6 of these. Big mouth. Let me see if I can move this closer. Ooh, that hurt. Oh! Oh, Lord. Okay. I'm not supposed to be doing stuff with my right hand, but that's not working for me. So that's going to be making 6 of these. And in order for me to do it with trim, I'm going to be using 42 grams of trim, which equals up to 1.5 ounces of trim. Or you can use 21 grams of flour, which is 3/4 or 3/4 of an ounce of flour. With this one, like I said, you're gonna, with the butter in the Magic Butter Machine, you have to decarb it before, so that's why I'm doing that step. And I just gotta watch out for it because I know it's going on at least 10 minutes there. So I need to spend at least 15 minutes there. 15. So I got a little while longer to go there because the decarb has to be between 30 to 40 minutes at 220 to 240 degrees, which is what I have it on. And so I'm going to try to keep an eye on that. And then the next recipe is syrup. So Butterwort syrup, I'm doing it with whatever it comes in the container. So this way, whatever's in the container, you can just grab the same darn container and do the same thing if you want. I can and will do these for you if you want to. All you have to do is either give me the trim and the flour and the whatever you want it infused in, and I will do it according to this right recipe. And I will also figure out how much, when everything is done, I will figure out tonight how much mLs are in everything. All these recipes are the same. So when it comes down to, even though I'm giving you different figures, they're all going to be the same amount of cannabis in there. It is all the same material. So it's all coming from the same place. I don't know the percentage of what the THC level is in it, though. That's the only thing that I'm guessing at. And what I'm doing is I'm guessing because it was grown on a farm, and it was grown kind of, I would say, wild, even though it's taken care of with different nutrients and stuff like that. And most of it is, it's organic. She does it organic growing. She doesn't put any kind of chemicals on it or anything that I believe. I will check on that though and make sure. But I don't believe she does anything. She's an old school farmer, so I really doubt she's going to be doing anything that has any kind of newts or anything like that. She just plants it, lets it grow, and then picks the darn thing and trims it, and that's, you know, and then uses it. So the syrup, getting back to the syrup, 3 cups, because it's 36 ounces, so 3 cups. 3 cups, and then it's 42, I'm not quite sure if I even said this or not again, but I will repeat it just in case I didn't. It's 42 grams of trim, or 1.5 ounces of trim, 21 grams of flour, or 3/4 of an ounce of flour. So that takes care of the syrup. And what I already did is put the tea bag, and I already made the tea bag for this one because I didn't want you to have to wait on that. And then we're just gonna drop it in. So actually I can just do that right now because it doesn't matter. So it's gonna drop in there just like so. And I'm gonna try to immerse it. And it's not gonna totally immerse, but I'll get a spoon later because I don't have a spoon on me right now for some reason, like a dummy. So that's taken care of. That's the syrup. Magic butter next will be after, and then, so now I'm going to show you how to do the tea bag. Just want to make sure you can see. We just move this over a little bit more and down. There we go. Alrighty, so when I touch things in between, I'm going to try to wash, not to, just to make sure that you know that I definitely am washing, because that's a pet peeve of mine, big time. So, take 2 corners, put the cannabis in here, 2 corners, tighten a knot. Sorry, my right hand is kind of hurting still, so me tying stuff in knots and stuff is kind of, and then the same here. And then what I do is there's little spots, some over here where the trim might be coming out a little bit, so I tuck these in, and that keeps it from doing that. Okay, and now I'm going to take this and put it into, this is the honey, but same difference, same directions with the honey as with the, and then just put it in there. I'm hoping this one isn't going to overflow. I'm going to have to watch this one. Okay, now, those are going to go in low on both temperatures for the honey and the syrup, low and low, okay? And then what I'm going to do is plug them in, and I'm pretty much going to set it and forget it type deal. I'm going to plug it in, and then I'm just going to come down here every 2-3 hours during when I'm awake, and just mix and mix. And like I said, I have to watch that one a little bit, so I'm going to watch that one because that one's a little overflowing. That one is more honey, but there's also more cannabis in there. So then this one, honey, because I couldn't get it from a farm or any of my friends yet, because the ones that I know of that do the bees right now, they're either done for the season, cleaned up already, or they just don't have any ready. So I ended up buying this. It's pure and simple honey. Hillsboro, Kansas City, True Source certified. So I did all of this in there. So that's 80 ounces. So 80 ounces of honey is in there. That's 5 pounds. So that equals up to 6 cups of honey. So that was 3 ounces of trim in that bag. Or 84 grams of trim. Or 1.5 ounces of flour. And 42 grams of flour. Or 42 grams of flour. Whichever, however you're measuring it. depending on how you're measuring it. And that's going to make 12 jars of my honey. The big jars, these, which is great. So I will be doing that. And then I also made some other things, which I made other recipes. I made other, where did I put the list? Oh, here it is. So I made a couple of other things too. So I made milk. Tastes sort of, I made it in the Levo machine. And when I made it, I think I made it in the Levo machine. Milk, I made it in the Levo machine. Yes, I did. And then I took it out of the Levo machine and it went into jars, and then I tasted it, and I've been using it with my coffee. Not that much, probably like a shot glass worth, maybe half a shot glass worth in my coffee in the morning, and it does me pretty good. And here he is, he's gonna yell. All right, I'm on video, so you need to not yell. Thanks. Okay, so I get to shut this off, and this one's the 30 minutes, so I'm gonna turn that off. So it did permeate upstairs, which I was afraid it was gonna. And then the other one, the Levo machine has 10 more minutes. I do have the windows open, and I'm kind of permeating everything else. Okay, so I made the milk. The milk tastes, I don't know if you've ever tasted goat's milk, but if you ever tasted goat's milk, that's what it tastes like. And then I did oil. So the oil I did is in, it's in the other video. I'll have to bring the jar down so I can show you guys what it looks like. But it is in one of the other videos. I just haven't posted any of the videos yet, but I am going to post them all. And then almond butter is the one that I'm going to be doing now in the Levo machine. And the honey is going to be in a crock pot. And the syrup is going to be in another crock pot. And then and then I'm going to be doing the butter again, but not in, I did it in a crock pot last time. So now I'm going to be doing it in a magic butter machine. And we'll see what my thoughts on that is. And then later on, I'm going to be doing peanut butter. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be infusing the peanut butter yet. I believe it's going to have to be in the crock pot. And the reason is because it is thick. And then I will not have to strain it because I will have it in a tea bag. So I won't have to strain it, and then, and it's a big amount. It's not a small amount of peanut butter. So that is going to be sort of like the honey deal. It's going to be a big jar of it. It is 64 ounces of peanut butter. So 64 ounces of peanut butter, by the way. I don't know if did I tell you the... Oh, nope, I did not tell you that one. Okay, so that one's next. So the peanut butter is 64 ounces. So it's going to be 70 grams of trim, or it's going to be 2.5 ounces of trim. Or it's going to be 35 grams of flour, or 1.25 ounce of flour. So you can do ounces by the weight, of course, so you just measure it on a regular scale. Depends what you have for a scale. I have two different scales. One of them is a kitchen one, and this one only does ounces. It doesn't do grams, so that's why I converted it to ounces. I put a bowl on it. I do the tare, so that way it zeroes out, and then I pour the cannabis in there. Get as much as I need, and then I pour it in a bag, and that's how I ended up knowing which bags were what for what recipes. So all the recipes are done the same way. Like I said, it's all different amounts, but it's different amounts of ingredients, so that's why it makes a different amount. And then the peanut butter, I already have the bag measured of the trim that I need, and it's over there. And I am doing the almond butter with flour, not trim. So that one is going to be, so that's the only one I'm not doing with trim. And the reason is that because that container is small and I want to be able to get as much of that almond butter in there to get infused as I can. And so with 2 containers of the trim being in there, it's 14 grams of trim, which is really, I mean, it's only 14 of trim. So I wanted 14 of flour because that'll equal up to 24 of, 28 of trim. So that's what I wanted for that recipe because it's 2 cups of the peanut butter, the almond butter. So, this should be pretty close to being done. It says activating. Oh, let's go 14 more minutes. All right, and then this one is the magic butter one. Now, I let it cool off just a little bit. It was still a little warm. Good thing I got the little handy glove from the old glove. So, I'm going to show you what the magic butter thing is now. So I'm going to take all these little papers because these are my cheat sheets so I can figure out what I'm doing and talking about. And wash my hands one more time. Oh, get rid of the notepad. Notepad out of here. Wash again, just because I want to make sure that everything's clean. And of course I already washed the table more than once already, so let me do that one more time. This is isopropyl alcohol, so isopropyl alcohol will definitely take whatever is on here, which this only gets used for playing cards with the guys kind of deal. So, and every once in a while when I got trim or something and I come down here and I clean it up. Okay, so 2 crock pots are over here, and then I'm gonna do the magic butter machine. So the magic butter machine, I already put the butter in there. So the butter is in there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. Oh, the lighting in here sucks. But that's the butter. It's in there. And then I'm supposed to take and just put, oh, okay, here's the tray. That's clean, even though it doesn't look like it's clean. It is. Went through the dishwasher. And then I'm going to take, now, one of the things that I don't care for is the fact that I have to put the cannabis straight in there. I don't have a strainer bag or anything like that because it does have a propeller in here which emulsifies it. So this is a blade. Can't really, let me just, I did wash my hands, I promise. So that's a blade. And then this is the heating element. And so that will go in there and I'll mix it all up and jumble it. I do not see any seeds, more seeds that I can, it'll be dead seeds anyways. I'm still always looking for the seeds, even though I think it'll be okay to, because I will be straining this anyways. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, it's already decarbed now, and put it in here. This is my first time, so I don't know if I'm doing it totally properly or whatever, but oops, man, I dropped some. Good thing I cleaned the table because I'll be able to scoop that right up. And then see me clean. It's only a little bit, but I'm going to put it in there. And then, supposed to just put the lid on. It didn't say to add any water or anything else or anything. Oops, and I'm not getting the color is not going in. Alright, so maybe, no, because that's not going to heat it. It's just got to go in there. Oh, there we go. I got it, I think. So, push it in. And that's still not quite in there. And the butter's soft, so I don't understand that one. Maybe because I'm not strong enough to do it right now. And that's not completely on, so I'm going to have to try to do it off camera. Okay, so now, oil, 1 hour. It has a button, these are buttons, so it has a plug, you plug the plug right here. So I can do that to show you. Plug it in, and it's going to be plugged into the wall. So now it says select temperature, select time. So temperature, I don't know how to select temperature. I'll select temperature, time. No heat on 30. Okay, so, like I said, if I could, should have put my hair up, by the way. Oh, there it is. Yay. Okay, so I think I got it on now. Oh, no, I don't. What is up with this cover? I'm struggling. Funny part about it is I left the... there it is. It's on. Okay, because of me not being able to use this hand too much, with any of the strength that I have right now is just completely left-handed, and I am not a left-handed person. So it was a little bit harder than normal. It isn't, I'm sure, that hard at all. I did isopropyl a plug and everything else, even though I don't really have to, but I did. And now I'm going to plug this in. And it says butter. So I'm going to hit butter. Temperature. I'm not sure what the temperature is for it. Let me just, and I don't know what I did with the instructions. Probably upstairs. Okay, so, yes it is. So anyways, you have to push the temperature on it first. So the temperature gauge has a thing and it says, I'll tell you what it says. It says no heat, or it says 130, 160, 190, or 220. See, 220, you should be able to decarb in here. So I am going to check and see what the recommended temperature is for butter. I think it's around 160 for some reason. I'm thinking that because the Levo machine does it at 160 to 180, and I already decarbed, so I'm thinking it's going to be the 160, but it might be the 190. I will have to get back to you on that when I find out exactly which one. But if it's oil, it needs to get put on 1 hour. If it's butter, it needs to be 2 hours. If it's tincture, it needs to be 4 hours, and then it does have an 8-hour setting on it. So I like doing it longer than normal. So what I'm going to probably end up doing is maybe doing it a little lower temperature because it's already decarbed, and then maybe do it longer. But I'm going to see what the recommendations are, and then I'm going to take care of that. So now I should be ready for the decarbing, activating. What time? I got 5 more minutes on the decarbing for this. So it actually has the timer on it. I can show you it quick so I can waste our time doing that. We can waste a couple minutes doing that. Sorry for the disturbance over there. So this is what the Levo machine looks like, if any of you didn't see. And then this is when it's on the activating process. It'll activate, it's locked already, and then the timer. I have this peanut butter jar on there because the lid, for some reason, doesn't want to close. It's got a little, it's one of the hinges is broken. I'm not even quite sure how it happened or whatever, but it started acting up a little bit, and I needed to put heat on it, so I put the heat on it. Oops, now it's going to start over. All right, that ain't going to happen. All right, so anyways, when it's done activating, which it is because it's 5 minutes, so now you can turn it off. And then that's what it looks like when it's done activating. It's in the pods already, so it's in the pods and it's waiting, and now I'm going to pour, it's actually, I'm going to have to get a spatula and spatula this in there, and then I'm going to hit, it's going to tell me to close the lid, but I'm going to go and I'm going to have and hit infuse, and it'll have an automatic temperature and time. So what I normally do though is up the time. I leave the temperature the same, but I up the time. And I usually do it for longer than, at least double the time that it normally is, which is normally like 3 hours. So I go to like 6, because I want to try to get as much as I can inside the butter. So I will be doing that off camera because I need to go get a spatula, and then I am going to be doing a video on everything when it's all done, and I'm going to show you the done process of everything, and then I will also get back to you on the Magic Butter machine to be able to tell you what the temperature should be and what the time should be for the butter. And I think that's it. So making myself meds. Be happy, healthy, and I hope that you like the video. Share it. Oh, like it, share it. Oh, sorry, I got the lights in there. And watch more videos. Thank you very much, and have a great day.